Thanks, Dustin. Oh, it's going. Oh my goodness. I'm not paying attention. I am not paying attention. Aha. All right, you guys, welcome in. Today we are going to be working on iHog. I did have the app. I have the app on the App Store. It got app reviewed yesterday. If you were watching the stream, I did like the wonderful little clap sounds and it was great. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday so far. So far, so good here in Texas. If we weren't thawed yesterday with our 70-degree heat, we're probably going to be thawed today because it's supposed to be almost 80. Yay. Since the wife was home from school, I had her also help me like switch my desk around to instead of being, so I used to have it to where the bookshelves you can see over here on my left or in my background. but I did not like that completely. I don't know what I felt. I still don't like how my room is set up, so I'll probably go back to it at some point. But then I just rotated it 90 and pushed it against the wall with the window that used to be to my left. I mainly didn't like that the window was to my left because it would cause the monitor to get too bright and it just couldn't handle the sunlight. So we're going to try being in front of the window slightly. I still, depending on how much longer we're going to be in this house, I might end up getting some kind of like black curtains or something on top of it. But what we're going to do today is we are going to work on some branches, cleaning up iHog a bit, like its repo, and get rid of some branches. Okie doke, Destin. Sounds good. Thanks for the lurk. We're gonna work on getting rid of some branches, adding in a new branch, get ready for 2021.2 since I've already have 2021.1 up on App Store, waiting for release to happen on Friday morning. 2021.1 was great. I like to version. I thought this was a neat way to version, and that's how I'm doing it. I was listening to a couple podcasts, and they were saying, hey, I like to version by doing the year dot however many releases I've done so far. So I said, oh, that's neat. I'm going to start doing that. And then that way I don't have to feel like I need to increment every single time increment that last number, like version 1.0.1, version 1.0.2 or stuff like that. Because like, I don't quite know semantic versioning that well. So I'm just going with the year dot how many releases I have. So that always starts over at the beginning of the year. So 2021.1 is what we just did, or what I just did. And now I'm going to do 2021.2. So let's hop in. Let's do the thing. All right, here we are. So we have GitHub open here. I have a branch here. I'm going to go ahead and just delete the branch. It's already been merged in. There's nothing else going on in it. It's actually quite far back. So we just deleted it. We're going to make a new branch. So I'm going to go back into my code. My GitHub repo is a repo. I don't know if it's actually organized correctly or like good or not. It looks good for me. So that's the main thing. That's good, I guess. I have 8 tags, mainly because these are all pre-releases. So these are all the different betas, a lot of the different betas that I went through, and fixed and all that kind of stuff. So there's that. And then I don't use GitHub for the main issue logging. I actually use Jira for the main issue logging. So there might have to be some like back and forth a bit. But I like using Jira for it. I was able to actually generate all of these just with Jira, which was nice. But yeah, so let's get that build going. Today is just all getting the build system, getting some like DevOps type things going for it. So we're gonna make a new branch, 2021-2, and we're gonna create that branch from master. Branch has been created. So now in my I use a client called GitKraken for my Git GUI. That way I can work from the GUI instead of working on the command line. Why? I don't know. I like it better. I like graphical interfaces better. So it's just a little bit nicer to do that way for me. Did I not commit? Oh, these are, I really just want to tree. Haha, can I do it this way? Ignore all files in marketing file. There we go. We're gonna ignore those. I don't like to, so we're still in the master branch. I don't like to, what do I not like to do? I don't like to keep files that I can recreate really easily. So like screenshots, I don't like to keep in my Git. I keep the designs, like the app icon designs and any marketing designs I'm doing, just the general file and the Affinity Designer file. Some people say don't keep that in Git. I just like to keep it there because I'm guaranteed at some point I'll get a new computer. I'll forget to upload these to the cloud. And if it's just in my repo, I can pull it down and it's great. It's also something that can all be, I like for them all to be, what do I like them all to be done? I like them to all be in sync. So it's, I mean, it stays up there. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything with how small the file is. If GitHub is like, hey, you can't do that, then I'll go back and fix it. How can I though? So I use Bitrise. Hey, Ravonic, thanks for the lurk. Welcome in. So I use Bitrise for like basically to make sure stuff is gonna build, stuff like that. Every time we push up, we build. So I need to skip build prep. Stop. Bitrise. Sorry. The dog is over here and the issue is now CI skip or skip space CI. Okay. So the issue that I have is that now because I rotated 90 degrees, the dog is no longer to my back and I can see him out of my peripheral vision and he likes to lick everything. Adding design things. Cool. So we'll go ahead and push that there. And pull and fast forward so everything will just get like updated, which is great. And we have that tracking. All right, so now let's go ahead and get this out. So we can just right click on the build. I'm using Git Kraken. I just like it. There is no other reason besides the fact that I like it. Someone suggested it to me while I was building one day. And I was like, I'm gonna go check that out. Because like normally I would just use like the built-in GitHub Git stuff on Xcode and such like that. But since it's all Git, it works. I like the graph anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and check these out. Just double clicking will let me check it out. Wait, what? Didn't I? Oh. I love it. So now we have our local master here. Let's just merge master into 2021.2. That should bring them both up to date. It probably triggered a build, but that's fine. Why? There shouldn't be any more working files. Unstage all. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so I was like, there shouldn't have been any working files because those are all ignored. Okay, so we have 2021.2 here. Let's go check Bitrise. And get these going. This is all about prep today. Prepping to actually get, prepping to get everything ready for version 2. And that's fine. Whatever, it's gonna build one more time. I'll just go delete the message from GitHub and everything's gonna be great. Awesome. Let's go into iHog though. So I liked Bitrise. It's very mobile app first. At work we use something called Jenkins and I wanted to do something similar. That way it just builds like nightly or you can basically set it for a schedule if you want. Or on triggers. So now that I've already released a version, there should be no reason to actually push every time there's a master. We actually want to push on 2021-2 and not punt page builds. I don't even know the difference actually. Hold on. So you have these different workflows, and the workflows are really nifty because you basically get to choose where you basically get to do your steps. So like for me, I like to increment. Part of the reason that I like to use Bitrise is because I would forget to increment my build number. So by using Bitrise, I can just increment my Git number automatically, which is pretty nifty, in my opinion. You have to make sure you have your right workspace and all that kind of stuff. Because at first, like, I was actually failing and I didn't realize, excuse me, I didn't realize quite why I was failing yet. Turns out I was failing because I was, man, my stream is all over the place and I don't know why right now. I might have to like stop using OBS and start using and switching again. Start using something else because it is all over the place and I don't know what it is. Like I mean, it might be my internet. My internet's been really weird lately. But like if you don't, anyway, jumping back to where I was, if you don't change this, you will fail. I was failing for a bit because I didn't realize my Xcode was wrong. Since I'm doing like Swift UI and with iOS 14, I needed a specific build of Xcode. And so there we are. All right. So, and then these different workflows have steps. So like I activate SSH, my credentials, enter my credentials, just like who I am, that kind of thing. And then what's nifty is there's this do anything with scripts. This just makes sure that we can run the script. But this one here actually changes the build number. So we can, I changed the build number to match whatever Bitrise build number I'm on. Cause it builds. Now I don't also change everything Xcode wise, but at least it builds. And then it pushes the build number up to GitHub. And then it also sends a Discord message. So if you go join the Discord, you can actually see in the iHog section, you can actually see in the iHog section here that there was a build recently. I'm going to go ahead and delete it because it didn't matter. But we get all the build messages from Bitrise itself saying that things were good, which is pretty nifty. And this was kind of what I wanted out of a build system so that I could have a way to go and see and all that fun stuff. That's even more important though on whenever I'm not pushing, like if it's scheduled. So let's go see what the difference is between punt pages. I think it's purely just because I need to, in this pushes build number, I have to specifically say what branch. That just says get orange. Oh, but I check out the punt page feature. I see it. Okay. So let's, is that not a variable? No, it's not. Oh, I can set, okay, so let's do a workflow. I don't need punt page workflows anymore. Let's go ahead and delete that. Yeah. All right, so that's there. That's been deleted. Well, if my primary workflow should be whatever branch I'm currently on, so, because like I'm not gonna do it anymore on the main branch, so I could just go in here and say get checkout 2021.2, get branch, updating build number, if you push more than one commit, only the last head commits message will be checked for the skip CI. Get allows to create and push empty commits if you want to build a skipped build command. Okay. Alright, so I think we can do that. And the reason why skip CI is important here is because if you don't put skip CI, then you're kind of stuck in a build loop. That way it doesn't actually build. We have 2021-2, just making sure that it's the right branch. Awesome. Let's save. And now that should be golden. So if I, why did it update still? whatever. Okay. Anyway. And I mean, the build numbers don't really matter. The build numbers are purely just for me. Let's pull down. And then what is in here? So you can see there's like 3, it's 3 ahead. So if I'm just making sure everything's like up to date here. Now if I go here, we can see that it had recent pushes and all that good stuff. So everything is in, everything is up to date with the new branch. So like last time, yesterday I said I wanted to build like a Pokedex on stream with you guys. I play Pokemon on Saturdays. So I've actually decided to come up with a stream schedule and like topics for each day, which is great. So Tuesdays are going to be dedicated iHog days. So whatever I'm doing on Tuesday, it'll always be iHog. So I already have like 6 or 7 issues written for iHog specifically to get this going to the next version. So if I go into releases here, 2021.1 or .2, I already have like 6 or so things that I need to fix for the next version for 2021.2. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, I will be working on that Pokedex with you guys. So we're going to be designing it from scratch. I like to do some kind of rough design. So we'll do a rough design from scratch, and then we'll actually be developing it in Swift UI. I actually wanted to throw out a poll and see what you guys thought, though, if I should do web or Swift. So let's go ahead and do that. Manage poll. New poll. Web. Cool. So I was actually just thinking about it today. I was like, well, I could do it in web and do like React or Vue or something like that and start getting my feet wet more in in web development world. Since I'm already doing iHog in Swift, I could just, that can be my Swift. And then I also like web development, so I could do it in web. So feel free to vote in the poll on whether or not you think the Pokédex should be in web or in Swift. So web or iOS, I guess I should say. Either way, we could, if we wanted to take it to be a desktop app, we could go some way there and do it that way. But I just figured it'd be fun to, see what you guys thought. I think either one will be fun. Either one will be a good time. Woo, someone's already voted for Swift. I like Swift, so that would also be super duper easy. But anyway, that was going to be developed. Whatever we choose here in the poll on whether it's going to be web or Swift, that's going to be on Thursdays and Fridays at the same time, 6:45 a.m. iHog is only going to be on one day. It's only going to be on Tuesdays at 6:45 a.m. Write it in MS-DOS. Dustin, that would be quite the learning there. I don't know if I want to take that on this time around. Maybe that'll be a V2 thing. I think that might be a V2 thing. Cool. And yeah, so we're gonna probably do it that way. It looks like Swift is gonna, ooh, someone just voted for web. So we will, we have 2 for web now. Oh man, a lot of people would rather, either a lot of people want to see it in web or a lot of people are using points and stuff. But that's exciting. Okay. We'll see. And then exactly like I did for iHog. Exactly like I did for iHog, I will keep it open sourced. It'll be on my GitHub repo, all that good things. Someone did not want to see Swift programming, so that's fine. And so yeah, iHog will still be here. iHog will still be in Swift. I know people like web more. I just figured I'd toss that out there as an option. And then maybe if I choose React, I can try to finagle and see how React Native works, and we can still take it to Swift. Or we build it in Swift. We build it in React, and then, all right. Oh, Revonic, you did it. You did 50 channel points to get more votes. I see how it is. But that is the point of the channel votes. You get to win that way. Yeah, so web will make it available to more people. That's also a plus. Also, that doesn't mean that I can't take what we do in the web and then do it later in Swift. It's just something fun and different. So great, then we will do, yeah, it actually lets me see who contributed what, which is nifty. So yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's why I put the option there. I think the options are fun for channel points and stuff, redemptions. It makes people it shows that you really care about seeing it in web. And that's okay, because then I can learn some other things about like Jenkins and stuff like that. And trying to do kind of like the same thing here of like automating builds, stuff like that. And we'll probably do something on Netlify and stuff like that. But yeah, so that'll be Thursdays, Fridays, we'll build the Pokedex. Saturdays, we'll play Pokemon. Awesome. Yeah, I'm also gonna learn a lot if I do when I do web, Dustin, because I am going to learn quite a bit when we do web. I know it, I don't know best practices, so it'll be great. Lots of JavaScript, lots of HTML and CSS and all that fun stuff. Also, the web might make it a little bit easier to design. Just because I'd probably build it for desktop use instead of web, and we may or may not scale very well because I don't like CSS. I only say Jenkins because that's what we use at work, and I like the builds, but also I don't know if builds make totally sense for one person, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, Tuesdays are going to be iHog days, which is what today is. So we can go ahead and get started on a little bit of iHog stuff. I'd like to, if I have things every month, I'd like to put out a version of iHog every month, just so that bugs are getting taken care of, all that kind of stuff gets taken care of as I pick it up, as things come down. Obviously, if there's no bugs or anything, then that's going to be a little bit of an issue there, just because, like, if there's no bugs, well, then, or if there's no features to add, stuff like that. I have a lot in my backlog, though, so that should be fine. I don't need it. I don't want that. Go back. So the first thing I wanted to tackle, because I didn't realize we did this, is Hog actually sends out OSC every time, like, a play, a pause, any type of playback of some sort is sent. So I actually wanted to make a log, like a log type viewer in, well, I don't know how this will work necessarily, but I want to make some kind of log type viewer in, that you can navigate to, and you can see what was sent out, or at least what was received, when you click on it. I have to somehow figure out how persistent storage works, at least for a session, and get that logged in. Ooh, not all caps. So I'm getting a new keyboard. I'm super excited. And Dustin, this week, that monitor should go out. I am trying to figure out when shipping is not busy, since we were basically shut down all last week. Our shipping guys are super duper busy right now. So sometime either Wednesday or Thursday, I'm gonna head up there and actually get it and get it shipped out for you. So that'll be it should come out at some point soon. So I need to figure out how persistent storage works on a session. So I'll put that as a comment. A log of each session's OSC commands being sent and received. I guess like on each session though, already, it's just an array. Like I could just have an array of dictionaries. I guess I'm gonna mark this as in progress because I'm already thinking of it, and this is gonna be the next thing I do. Array of dictionaries. So each thing, so it'll basically be an array, and then inside we have this with a string. See, the issue is it has to be a string and a string. I use Jira to track. So right now iHog is purely just this one project that I'm actively working on. I have a crap ton of projects in my GitHub repo though. It's a sad amount of projects that I have in my GitHub repo. I have 92 repos just because like I start something and then I stop it, and then I start and then I stop. But like ArtNet Converter, that's another app that I have going, and it doesn't have any. It's basically stale because it doesn't have any apps or anything. It doesn't have any real big issues to it right now. So this one I mainly use GitHub for. And I think I fixed that bug. And I just need to go back and verify. This one I just use GitHub issues for. I just started using Jira for iHog though. And I might have to go back to using GitHub if I really want to make it truly open source where people can contribute where other people can contribute also. But by keeping it, oh, I can totally archive this one now. So this was the first version of iHog, and it actually, like, this one I purely had as a, like a public facing repo. It just had my images, my graphics, different blog posts I was making and release notes, and then this is where I had people like log issues if they wanted issues here. Like it was like basically a public facing repo, and I kept it closed source, but I don't need this anymore, so I can actually archive it. But yeah, so Jira is the only thing that I've used iHog for. Usually I've used GitHub issues for everything else. I tried Trello for a bit. I didn't really like it. I liked it, and then I stopped liking it. I get to a point where I want really fine control, which is why I had Notion going on for a bit. And then I just like tools, so then I tried Jira, and so far it's worked really nicely. Something I also really like in Jira, if y'all aren't, is this release section. And so like in here, basically all I did to get some release notes is I hit release notes. And it lists off all the issues, tasks, and all that kind of stuff that I did here, that I had here, and then I could copy to my clipboard and I pasted it out. So instead of doing it with a link, I just said issue key, and then I did Markdown, just because I know that Notion likes Markdown, so I just moved it all into Markdown, and I know that Squarespace, which is what I use for the website, I can do Markdown in. So I did that as well. So like my release notes for the upcoming version will all be in Markdown, just because then I can copy and paste out. For the Pokedex, I'll probably keep everything. I'll try to keep everything in GitHub though. That way everything gets very, that way everyone can see everything. I think, cause like Jira right now is very closed. Only like I can see it, or whoever's added to it can see it. So I think for the Pokedex, I don't see myself wanting as much as much as many different types. It'll basically just be enhancements, bugs, and like tasks or like whatever I'm currently working on, that kind of thing. So we'll start that on on Monday. I mean Thursday. We'll start it on Thursday. I don't stream on Wednesdays because once I get back into thank you. I like to think it's nice. That doesn't mean it is. We'll see what happens. I've tried 8 million different tools. When I say I like tools, I mean I really like tools. So if there is something out there that lets me organize something, I will try it. And there will be like 4 things in it, and then I'll be like, I don't like it, and go to something else. I don't know why, but that's what I do. And then, but yeah, so on Thursday, we'll start a whole new repo, all that good stuff with Pokedex. I'll get it added in to my GitHub channels. I'll probably put I will put a new, I'll put a new section in there in the Discord. That way there's a section in there that can be specific to Pokedex talk. That way it doesn't like flood. I don't think it's going to flood dev talk, but you know, it doesn't. But that kind of thing. Cool. So iHog 4, that's currently the only one that's going. You can see where I had hit that pandemic slump here in my contributions. That was like right here at the end of May. I was like, and I'm done. I don't want to work anymore because I am tired and the pandemic is taking my things away. Okay, releases 2021.2. So like I said, we're gonna be, oh, it's in progress already. So I want this, I want it to basically have an array of a string. So inside there's going to be, and you know, I know there are better things to do than just writing inside my Jira ticket. I know, but I like it. So yeah. So this is going to be, it's going to be an array. We're going to have a dictionary of, so first is the dictionary. So the dictionary is basically like an object for those of us that are a little bit more familiar with web. But in Swift, what I really like about web is you can have a dictionary of whatever you want on the left and whatever you want on the right. In Swift, because it is very type centered, it has to be, it's very structured. So I can only have string. So for example, I can only have this string and then only have ints. I can't have a string on the left as my key and then an int is my value on one and a string is my value on the next one. It all has to be like string is key, string is value, string is key, string is value is string, value is string. So So we'll do sample equals and it's gonna be a string. Excuse me. Right? Yeah. So this first string is gonna be so we'll do not string. Oh goodness. So this is gonna signal whether it's status or whether it's sent or received. Man. We'll just call it code. Which is no, that's wrong. Sent. Yes. And then we'll do message. I'm sure that will kill me. slash hog slash playback slash 1 slash 0 slash 1. Cool, and that will be the dictionary. Let's sample send. Sample receive. I before E, except after C. No. And the messages are basically to be the same. And then basically we'll just have an array of... let sample array equal sample send, sample receive. Oh, I bet there's gonna have to be like some kind of time stamp in there, but we'll have to say see. Okay, I was about to be like, is it not gonna save? And I was about to be very upset. Cool. So that's basically what we're gonna have in there, and then this will be kind of... I might as well just go in here now and do it. Alright. So we're just gonna hop right in and start working on it a bit, since it's already been branched. If you're just joining, y'all, I work on iOS apps and web apps on my stream, and then on Saturdays, I like to play Pokemon. So right now, we're working on one of my iOS apps called iHog. I am hopefully releasing out a version on Friday of it. It should be available for downloading. If you know what the Hog consoles are, then then you will probably find it useful if you have an iOS app. If you don't know what the Hog consoles are, I would highly recommend you not spend your money on this app, just because you're probably not going to find it useful. Not saying that, you know, you can only buy apps that are useful, but I just don't want you to buy an app that you're not going to use. So we'll do this, change that here. So yeah, so just don't worry about it. But it is an app basically that controls Hog 4 lighting consoles. It's written in Swift, Swift UI, all that fun stuff. I work on it on Tuesdays, which is today. On Thursday, Fridays, I am going to start working on a Pokedex web app at 6:45 a.m. And then on Saturdays, I like to play Pokemon for a couple hours, and nothing says that I can't work on the Pokedex app before playing Pokemon or after. So I might work on it then as well. But right now, I'm going to work on making a OSC log of what was sent and received. So that's what we're going to do here. This is just changing the build number, right? Yeah. Ugh. Updating version number. I don't need to push it yet. So let's go into Xcode here. And what we're gonna do is go into... So I think it needs to be probably stored in OSC helper. And I basically need to make another variable. How many variables can one have in here? A lot, apparently. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit so that I know what's going on. Or I just need to close everything, apparently. Okay, so I am going to add in another variable here, I guess. There's so many variables in this one. It's just because, like, this holds all of the info and all of the OSC strings that are sent and such. So we're gonna do public var OSC log and it's going to be an array of string. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so it's an array of a dictionary. That's how it's done, right? Just making sure I'm gonna do it right. Oh, that's not a dictionary. Okay, so this is a dictionary of an array. Okay, so I think that's right. I think what I'm doing is right. We'll see if it is. If it's not, like, that's totally fine. We'll figure it out. Equals an empty array, because there's nothing there yet. And what's important here is we want a will set, and then a self.object will change.send. The reason why we want that self.object will change.send is that's kind of like new with SwiftUI and Combine. So that whenever there's whenever it changes, it can update all the views that cause this to change. So that's what's going on there. So now I need to basically in read bundle at the end here. It doesn't matter what message I get, as long as it's a message. We get to add it to the log. So OSC log.push or append, sorry. So we'll do send yes, or what was I calling it? Sent. No. And then this will be, sent, no, I can't. Message, OSC message, or item, message dot, I just want to make sure address pattern. Well, and then what about arguments? Well, that's okay for right now. OSC log.append. So that's now always sending in the received message. That should be enough to send in the received message, which should be enough to actually build out this log. So I was thinking of in the log, like the log view would just be another option to get in the, it'll be another option to see things, basically. So let's see here. Let's go launching the iHog. So right, and this app is an iOS and iPadOS app. At some point it's going to make its way to macOS, I promise, especially with the M1 chips. It just hasn't yet. I really gotta, not now, please. So I really just need an M1 Mac first for that stuff. Alright, so in here, I could put it under settings here and just have another, like a log setting there. I think that might be the best place for it. Because I don't think it really belongs in about. Like, there's no reason to put it in the about section. I think in the settings, right underneath show settings, there's like an OSC log. I think that would probably be the best place. Or actually in device settings, and there is a button here that says OSC log. I don't know which one to do yet. I think the best choice is not to make people hit the button as many times as possible. So we'll probably just put a view here, OSC log. Settings view. Inside here, we'll add a new group. OSC log. New view. OSC log view. If you guys are just tuning in and you're new to the channel, and you're liking what you're seeing, you've liked what you heard so far, please feel free to hit the follow button. It'd be super awesome that way you know who's here. That way you can come back and get notified whenever I go live again. And if you can't make it live, then you know to come back and check out the channel and watch the VODs. I keep my VODs up. The only time I don't keep my videos up are on are when I do like YouTube videos, like whenever I make YouTube videos, but I usually run those at a rerun. It's a different time. And I promise y'all, for whoever's waiting for like a Git video, because I said I would do that. I am working on it. I am working on a script for it, and that'll probably be on next Monday. So I'm working on the script for it, working on writing it out. It's actually going to be a couple videos long. So it's going to be a couple YouTube videos, so we might have like a couple Mondays to work through that. Which will be fun. All right, so inside settings view, because this is where I actually go and I change the, this is where I actually go and I change the navigation. So that's the front panel. And here is the settings. So right here, we'll put in another navigation link. And OSC log. Also, y'all, if you are looking for someone else that does a fun, cool stuff on their stream, go check out Dustin's stream. Dustin D_Miller. I actually haven't set up a shout out command. I guess I should. And he does super awesome, super fun stuff. If you're into lighting stuff, he does a lot of things with QLab. He's been doing some stuff with OBS and OSC together, which is a little bit of programming, a lot of Apple scripting. And then, you know, he plays some games and stuff too. I would definitely check it out. He's a great guy. It's fun. Destination, OSC log view. I don't know why I was looking there and was like, I don't know what I'm typing. Tags. OSC log view. So I like to also use enums for like things like this, because then I can very well see where I'm gonna go. So I used to actually use a lot of yeah, of course, Destin. I used to use a lot of like just numbers and like integers, because that was by default an integer is a hashable. So I didn't actually have to go and change anything or add anything new or add in any variables new. But then whenever I wanted to organize something or like change the order, it got it was a very long process of making sure I had all the numbers in the right order and all that kind of stuff listed out correctly. So actually being able to, what's wrong now? Oh, I need there. So actually being able to have this enum up here of all the different settings to go to are way better. Just because it just makes it a lot better to be able to say, great, this navigation link, I know it goes to device, but then the tag is just, it makes it more readable. And Swift is really about readable code. As much as my code is a mess, it's about readable code. Speaking of messes, let's go ahead and actually add in some marks here. So that when I click, it's a little bit easier for me to understand. Hardware. Settings. I know the section headers are there, but again, I'm going to reiterate this like every time. Even though there's section headings, I still have to go through and actually scroll and figure out and read. Whereas if I like to navigate by clicking up here where it says P body, because then you can see all your things and just quickly go to there. So your methods and your properties are listed out. Enums, structs, all that kind of stuff is listed out. And then also what gets added there are any marks. So if you make a mark in your Xcode, you can quickly navigate there. So it just makes it a little bit easier for me to actually see there and be able to go through a lot quicker of like, great, I really need to get to the settings section. All right, so we have OC logger, log view. Let's do I know I'm gonna need a VStack. Actually, I'm just gonna do a list. It's gonna be great. And we'll just put a text in for now. We'll be here. We're gonna need a... Why? What's wrong? Where are we missing one? I don't think we're actually missing one anymore. I think Xcode was just a little bit like weird of not... Yep, there we go. Okay, so I need to get the environment object here of the OSC helper. And I think this OSC helper will now be able to do it will now go per session, which is really great. Really nice. Great list, and we'll put in a for each. So basically we're going to iterate on content. OSC dot OSC log message in. So it's gonna be upset because it's not gonna have an ID. Yeah, so it's not conform to identifiable, so we can actually fix this. Let me do some Googling to make sure I'm going to do this right. It's Swift UI for each ID. So what I've avoided having to do a lot of this because my so in for each to iterate over items, they have to be identifiable, so they have to have an ID property. I've been able to avoid a lot of that purely because I've been able to avoid a lot of that because I've been able to make all my classes myself, but I was trying to be like not do that. So we can just do colors, ID self. Great. ID slash dot self, or is it dot slash self or slash dot self? Slash dot self. That should be it, right? Awesome. And here we'll just say so really though, I want to, this is going to be an H stack because I'm going to do SF symbols, please. What time is it? Okay. Let's see if we can get this row done first, and then if I can get the row done, that should be enough. So I wanted to put like a symbol that signified if it was sent or received. And I don't know, arrows might not be the best. part of this is actually the design. I hope y'all are ready. Thursday, we're going to start designing that Pokedex, and I'm going to be like, I don't know. I don't know if this is really what I wanted. That's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Okay, so, and I just clicked on the keyboard, and this is what reminded me. I have a new keyboard coming, and it is the most annoying thing, because it was supposed to be here Saturday, but then Texas decided to freeze over, like, last week. And so, since Texas decided to freeze over, the issue is UPS is like, I don't know what's happening with the package, because, like, there were nationwide, like, weather issues. And now I'm like, well, when is my keyboard gonna come in? Because I ordered a Taylor Swift mug like a while ago, and that is finally coming. And it'll be here today, actually. But I'm just like, so when is it going to come in? When is my keyboard going to come here? Because it's not just a keyboard that I can just plug and play. I also have to put it together. I spent too much money on a keyboard, actually. But I got, I am taking the foray into actually doing my own type of, keyboard building, mechanical keyboard, because, you know, why not throw money away, I guess, at something that I like. I got not the alt version, but the 10 keyless version. So it's going to be this color with the 10 keyless version with these keycaps, which I'm super duper excited. So it's the drop control keyboard with these keycaps, and these keycaps are what sold it. I guess I could have put it on my DAS keyboard. But they don't ever, oh, now they do. Of course they do. But I'm super duper excited for these keycaps. So it's a drop control keyboard with, the canvas keycap set, and it's going to look super cool because it'll be my first RGB keyboard. So I'm super excited. I don't know how I've lasted this long without an RGB keyboard, but yes, I have. And then it comes with the other colors, which will be nice to add on. I had to wait for these keys to actually come into it, but you know, I figured why not have something good at the end of this, and congratulate for being so close to finishing, for finishing iHog, or at least getting the next version out there. And hopefully there aren't as many crashes in it as there were, because I knew there were crashes in the last version. I just kept saying, okay, I'm gonna rewrite this version and it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna redo beta, and once like beta Swift UI 2 comes out, and then pandemic procrastination hit, and I just didn't do anything for a couple months, and it finally came out. But a new mechanical keyboard is on the way, and I just really need to know where UPS has it now. Okay, I was trying to pick a thing. Okay, so received, I think, should be a down arrow, and then send, I guess, an up arrow. I don't know, we can play with it a little bit more there, but let's do, I want them to be the same arrow. Thanks. Yeah, I hope we're gonna see how it is. Yeah, that's fair. I looked at one of the ones that like split and that was more ergonomical. I really should do that also, but alas, I chose one that looks cool. Do you have any in mind, Ravonic, that you're looking at? Or are you just like, I should do this? It's on my to-do list, but it's not going to happen. But like, I just haven't made it happen yet. So we'll do an image here. Oh, what was that? System name. All right, cool. I want to know. I don't have Nightbot or anything set up, so don't troll me, but you can put the link in the chat or just link it in the Discord, and then we'll make people go to the Discord to find what they're looking for. Or you can link it in the chat. I really don't care. Either one is fine. So we'll put some padding at the end of this image, or on the sides, that horizontal. Great, and then we'll do text. Message dot at message. Right? Message at message, is that right? Yeah, I think so. No message. All right, I really want to test this. I don't have, hold on, I'll be right back. I have to go get a console real quick. I mean, my computer, my other computer real quick. All right, and I'm back. It didn't take me that long. So I'm just need to pull up. I need to pull up Hog 4 PC, and then I need to run this, I guess. I mean, assuming I set this all up correctly, we should see everything come in. That is very much assuming that I did this right. It's probably bad to make assumptions that I did do it right, but let's find out. If you have opinions over mechanical keyboards and such, please go join my Discord. If you like what we're doing and have questions about like Swift UI, dev talk, want to talk about Pokemon, want to talk about anything really tech or nerdy, go join the Discord and, you know, talk. We have some really cool people in there. Obviously I'm in there, Ravonics in there, Dustin's in there. We have some really cool people. They're really fun. We're all very supportive and like to support one another, which is also great. So let me go and make sure I have this set up to go out correctly. .22, and this should be Command Shift K. .54. Off, on. Okay. Oh. So that should have sent it. Oh, hey, look at that. We are getting. Okay, so the issue is we're getting all the time tags at the same time. I really don't care about the time coming in, but you can actually see everything that's coming in now. It's quite laggy, but it works. It is there. You can see it all. So let's get so it's adding and it's going through. So we actually need to probably reverse it. Is there an easy way reversed? Oh, look at that. Oh, cannot convert type. Okay, that's fine. Let's do. So what we can do though. Maybe that'll work? Yeah, it did. Okay, there we go. And now we have the latest one there. I mean, I don't generally care about the time coming in, just because, like, I mean, I guess it helps see that there is info coming in. Great. I like it. That's... I guess there could be like a pause button there to actually like stop if you need to scroll back. But but we can successfully read in the messages that are coming in. Now, it's not giving you any arguments. That would be the next thing to add in, is some kind of argument in here. But, we'll figure it out there. Let's do, let's get the arguments added in real quick, and then we'll call it done. Hog OSC products. Nope, OSC helper. And then I'll have to figure out how to do a pause and all that kind of stuff, because there's really no reason to have that always append if someone just wants to pause. I guess the point is to pause it. We'll have to see. It might. Anyway, I will add that into Jira real quick before I forget, as I'm about to do something else. So I'm gonna forget what I'm about to do. That's great. Add a child issue. What needs to be done? Ability to pause OSC log. There we go. Let's get the message pattern in here. Bar. Well, so the argument is always 1. We can do this. I mean, there's always an argument given. And we'll just add in the argument here. Oh, whoops. I just completely did not see that the wife made it to work. I don't know why. My phone did not go off. That's weird. Okay. Anyway. Argument. That's what it's supposed to do. Oh, space. There we go. We can be a little bit cleaner here. And we'll do quote backslash message dot. Why is everything being silly right now? Oh, was I not in? No, I was not. That's why. There we go. Message dot arguments at 0. And we'll type it to a string. All right, let's see what happens. I mean, that's the most I can do, is see what happens. Oh, and I want to also, though, inside log view, we need to do one more. And I want a spacer here. That way, so the spacer is going to push image and text all the way to the left. And then we'll put the argument all the way to the right. At arguments. Is it argument? I think it's argument. Yeah. Okay. And it might crash. We'll see what happens. There we go. So we have everything coming in as it should. And then if I actually go in here. Oh, everything died. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't send an argument. So that's fine. That's something I need to check for. Okay, so I'm gonna have to add that as a task. I don't really have time to do that today. Check if argument exists. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, I'll click on that right after I do this. Check if argument exists. Because if not, then need to add blank string. Nice. Awesome. Let's check out the keyboard real quick, and then we'll... Oh, this is what I'm using right now, except the non-LED version. So I have a DAS keyboard right now hooked up with Cherry Blues. Except it's not an LED version, so it's just the, it is just the, I like it. I've enjoyed it. It's really big. I mean, it's a normal size keyboard and it's heavy. It's quite industrial. But yeah, I like it. It's a good keyboard. I think you'll enjoy it. Like I said, I have the blue switches in it, so it's very like clicky. I've been tempted to go to the to the browns. I've played with the browns. I just really wanted the click. Do I have a brown? The browns are what we use in the consoles at work, and I really like them as well. They're nice and clicky as well, just not as clicky and not as tactile as the keyboard, as the blues. Anyway, so I think that is a good keyboard. I liked that keyboard. Thank you guys for tuning in. I have to stop here. I need to go to work. And by go to work, I mean just close all of these and open up some work things. And so on Thursday, we'll start working on our design for the Pokédex, or I'll start working on the design for the Pokédex. And what might be cool is if I get it to a point is we can tie it into the stream. We'll see what happens. I've never tried silver switches. I'm curious. I've never tried silver switches. I've only done blue and brown. So I'm curious. I need to go YouTube some keyboard switches now and see how that goes. Yeah, so Thursday, Friday, 6:45 a.m. CST. We're gonna be doing some designing and maybe some web development. We'll probably design a lot first, think through some things, and then on Saturday we'll play some Pokemon, and then on Monday we're gonna do a getting started. Haha. Trying to. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll do a getting started on Monday and then turn that into a YouTube video later. So again, nothing tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday we'll be working on the Pokédex at 6:45 a.m. CST. Make sure to hit that follow button if you want to be notified and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye. Okay.